Hi, I'm Kazor, and World of Warcraft Shadowlands Patch 9.2 is nearly here! Whether you're returning to the game after a break, starting a new character, or continuing a character from patch 9.1, there's a bunch of preparation you'll want to do for the upcoming content in Shadowlands Season 3, so stick around and find out how to get the best gear possible for Sepulchre of the First Ones and Mythic Plus Season 3. If you haven't played World of Warcraft since patch 9.0, or if you're playing a new character, you'll be able to buy item level 226 catch-up gear from Hardjet in Haven. These items cost 500 anima per piece, so you'll be able to get up to an item level equivalent to Mythic Castle Nathria or normal Sanctum of Domination for approximately 7,000 anima. Alternatively, if you have some spare gold and are willing to wait a few days, you'll be able to buy a full set of item level 233 crafted gear from the auction house, as well as one item level 262 crafted item, once crafters unlock the required recipes. No need to worry if you can't afford either of these options though, as you'll be able to find item level 242 gear from the rare mobs in Zereth Mortis, which you'll want to be killing anyway for reputation. More on that later. As you adventure through Zereth Mortis, you'll find items called Sandborn Relics. You can use these to buy a full set of item level 246 gear from Rafik in Pilgrim's Grace. This gear is aimed at players who don't complete any instance content and is lower item level than LFR gear. I don't recommend specifically targeting these items because it takes quite a while to farm the Sandborn Relics, and the gear isn't very powerful compared to other available rewards in Season 3. But if you've collected enough Sandborn Relics while doing other objectives in Zereth Mortis, it might be worthwhile to replace a low item level piece of gear with a piece of this set. When you first arrive in Zereth Mortis, you'll meet a group of brokers called the Enlightened. You'll want to increase your reputation level with the Enlightened to access a variety of rewards from the vendor Velo in Haven. Notable rewards to look out for are the Font of Ephemeral Power at Friendly, the recipes for Crafter's Mark 4 and Crafter's Mark of the First Ones at Honoured, and most importantly, Memory of Unity. This is the reason why this reputation is so important. This legendary power is unique compared to all others in that a legendary item with this power can be equipped alongside any other legendary, allowing you to use 2 legendary items at once. To buy this item, you'll need to be revered with the Enlightened, and to have completed Chapter 7 of the 9.2 campaign. This chapter will reward an item level 265 legendary belt with this power, but this legendary is not upgradable, so should only be used temporarily if you haven't managed to get to revered reputation by the time this chapter unlocks. You'll get a total of 4,050 reputation from the 9.2 campaign quests, which is enough to get you to friendly. To get to revered, you'll want to complete the weekly quest Patterns Within Patterns for 500 reputation. This is like the Shaping Fate quest in Korthia. Fill the bar by doing content in Zereth Mortis, but unlike Shaping Fate, it can be completed twice per week. There are also 2 world quests available per day, with a third unlocking once you've researched Kashiel Understanding in the Cipher of the First Ones. These world quests reward 125 reputation each. You'll be guided to the Cipher of the First One system with the 9.2 campaign, so don't worry if you don't know too much about it. Killing rare mobs in Zereth Mortis also awards reputation. Most of the 29 rare mobs reward 10 reputation, but 4 of them will instead reward 15. Ideally, you'll want to kill each rare every day to maximise your reputation, but it's not a big deal if you don't. Just kill as many as you have time for. At most, you'll miss 310 reputation per day, assuming you don't kill any rares. Daily quests in Zereth Mortis will have a chance to reward 75 reputation. 2 daily quests will be available initially, with a third unlocking once you've researched Altonian Understanding in the Cipher of the First Ones. Finally, once Season 3 starts, the Zereth Mortis world boss Antros will begin spawning. Killing it will reward 200 reputation, which can be completed once per week. Once players with tailoring, leatherworking, blacksmithing or jewel crafting reach Honoured with the Enlightened, they will be able to craft base items for item level 291 legendaries, which you'll want to use to make the most powerful legendary items possible. Thankfully, in 9.2 this doesn't mean you'll have to go back to Torghast for the currency required to upgrade. To create item level 291 legendaries, you'll need a currency called Cosmic Flux, which you will find as you complete content in Zereth Mortis, as well as Mythic Dungeons, Rated Arena, the Sepulchre of the First One's Raid, and optionally layers 13 to 16 of Torghast. For the first time since Legion, tier sets are returning for patch 9.2. As usual, these items will drop from bosses within the raid and will provide powerful bonuses when wearing 2 and 4 pieces of the set. Unlike previous iterations of tier sets, you'll also be able to acquire these items from Mythic Plus and PvP. At first only from the Great Vault, but after 8 weeks of Season 3, the Creation Catalyst will unlock, allowing you to convert non-tier items to tier items in exchange for some Cosmic Flux. As we've come to expect with the new season in World of Warcraft, available item levels from raids and dungeons will increase by 26 when Season 3 starts. This means that Mythic Dungeons will drop item level 236 gear at +0, and item level 262 gear at +14, with the Great Vault rewarding item level 278 gear from +15 dungeons. And raids will drop item level 252 and 259 gear on normal, item level 265 and 272 gear on heroic, and item level 278 and 285 gear on mythic. The first week of patch 9.2 will still be Season 2. This means that Sepulchre of the First Ones will not be open, and Mythic Plus will be the exact same as it was in patch 9.1. Just a warning, this to-do list is aimed at being completely optimal. If you're a more casual player, don't worry about doing everything I list here, just do what you can. During this week, you'll want to do the following. You'll want to focus on farming reputation for the Enlightened. You'll want to get to Revered before week 5 of the patch, so that you can have 2 legendary equipped as soon as chapter 7 of the campaign unlocks in week 5. You'll also want to complete as high of a Mythic Plus level as you can. Ideally, you'll want to complete a +20 dungeon in time, or a +21 dungeon out of time. This will give you a +16 key at the start of Season 3, so that you can get the maximum Great Vault reward without having to time a key in the first week of Season 3, when the difficulty increases. You'll also want to spend any Valor that you've accumulated over Season 2. It gets converted to gold when Season 3 starts, so you should use it to upgrade any gear you currently have, or use it to buy gear for alts. And finally, you'll want to make sure you have enough Soul Ash and Soul Cinders to craft any new legendaries you'll make in Season 3. The last thing you want to be doing when the new patch comes out is going back to Torghast. The second week of patch 9.2 will be the beginning of Season 3. The first 8 bosses of Sepulchre of the First Ones will be available on normal and heroic difficulties, and Mythic Plus Season 3 will open, increasing the difficulty and the rewards, and bringing the all-new encrypted affix. Just like before, this to-do list is aimed at being completely optimal. If you're a more casual player, don't worry about doing everything I list here, just do what you can. But you'll want to complete the raid on both normal and heroic. Guilds will want to aim to do heroic first if possible to increase the chances that items will be tradable. Doing normal first might lead to a player getting the same item on both difficulties and being unable to trade the normal item to another player. You'll also want to complete as many +15 dungeons as you can. You'll preferably want to aim for 10 to unlock 3 choices of 278 item level items in the Great Vault, but 4 is enough to unlock 2 choices. You'll then want to farm as many +10 dungeons or higher as you can. Mythic Plus End of Dungeon rewards are capped at item level 255 in the first week of Season 3, which you can get from a +10 dungeon. And finally, again, you'll want to continue farming with the Enlightened reputation, because it's really important that you get that to Revered as soon as possible so that you can have your second legendary equipped at a high item level. The second week of Season 3 will unlock the final 3 bosses of Sepulchre of the First Ones on normal and heroic difficulties, and the entirety of mythic difficulty. The item level cap of 255 from Mythic Plus End of Dungeon gear will be raised to item level 262 for completing a +14 dungeon. Just like before, this to-do list is aimed at being completely optimal. If you're a more casual player, don't worry about doing everything I list here, just do what you can. But you'll want to, first, with your guild, tackle as many bosses as you can in Mythic Sepulchre of the First Ones. Once you've hit a wall, you'll want to go back to Heroic and Normal for tier set items and any remaining upgrades. You'll then, as before, want to complete as many +15 dungeons as you can. You'll preferably want to aim for 10 again to unlock the 3 choices of 278 item level items in the Great Vault, but 4 is enough to unlock 2 choices. You'll then want to farm as many +14 or higher dungeons as you can to earn item level 262 gear. And finally, you'll want to continue farming reputation with the Enlightened so that you can hit Revered with them as soon as possible. Nothing new unlocks with the third week of Season 3, so you'll mostly be continuing with the same content to do as the second week. Just like before, this to-do list is aimed at being completely optimal. If you're a more casual player, don't worry about doing everything I list here, just do what you can. But you'll want to complete as many plus 15 dungeons as you can. You'll preferably want to aim for 10 to unlock 3 choices of item level 278 items in the Great Vault, but 4 is enough to unlock 2 choices. You want to do this until you have no more upgrades available from the Mythic Plus Great Vault. You'll also want to farm as many plus 14 or higher dungeons as you can to earn item level 262 gear. You'll want to do this until you have no more upgrades available from Mythic Plus. You'll also want to continue farming reputation with the Enlightened. You'll want to be revered for week 5 of Season 3, after that you'll want to get to Exalted for the Infinite Augment Rune item. And that's the end of the video. With all the information I've shared, you should be prepared to start patch 9.2 and Shadowlands Season 3 and gear up as quickly as possible. It's been a long video, so thanks for watching this far. If you've enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please like, subscribe and comment what you'd like to see next. I hope you have fun in patch 9.2 and I'll see you next time.